Okay, exercise number 11. Now, what I'm going to do on this one is something that's a little bit tricky and complicated, but I just want you to see if you can follow along with me and understand what I've done. Now, you can draw it heaps of other ways, but this way is complicated, but it'll take less steps to do. So if I go and start my sketch, I'm going to draw from the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a whole bunch of rectangles. So I'm going to draw the overall shape first. So looking top down, I know that it needs to be 96 by 80. So that's my overall shape. Now what I'm actually going to do as well is I'm then going to go and draw in all of the other rectangles. So that's that little rectangle there. And he's 14 by 14. The dimension from that corner to there is 38. I'm then going to go and draw in all of the other ones too. So let's grab that rectangle tool. In this corner to here, that rectangle is that whole distance and it's 24 wide. I'm then going to add on this little rectangle here, which is going to be 10 by 24. I'm going to cut that line out. So there's our whole shape there for this tall bit. I'm then going to add another rectangle that comes from there to there. So that's 24 wide and 62 long. I'm going to add another rectangle down here, which is going to be 24 wide. And the length of our rectangle is 80 minus 14. So then I can trim out this corner and this corner. So essentially what I've done is I've drawn all the different shapes on the different levels. I'm going to finish that sketch. Now, what am I going to do here? I'm actually going to extrude each and every one. So this one here has to come up 12. And my sketch disappears. But if I go back into my sketches over here, I can turn my sketch back on, and then I can extrude this one here up 30, and this one here up 42. And you can see, just by spending that extra time in my sketch, I now have all of these shapes drawn. It looks a bit funny because my sketch is still there, so let's turn him off now. And I've got majority of my shape drawn already. Now, if that's very complicated, you can just draw the base and then add on the other bits as you go, and that's perfectly okay. For this rounded bit here, I'm going to use a fillet. I'm going to use this fillet tool here. I'm going to fillet this corner, and it needs to be a radius of 14. So there's my fillet. And then I just need to cut out this corner here and this corner here. Now I'm going to do them two different ways to show you two different ways. So number one is the normal way. I go sketch into here, and I grab my line tool and I draw that shape. I'm going to dimension him. He's going to be 10 by 10. And then I could extrude him back through everything and take it away. So there's option one. Option two over here is similar to a fillet, which is a rounded corner. We can actually do this thing called a chamfer. So if I come over into my modify section, I can choose chamfer, which is taking off that angle. So if I choose chamfer and I choose this edge here, I choose my dimensions I want my chamfer. So it's how far do you want it from each edge. So in this case, 10 and 10, because it's set to equal. If I wanted different ones, I could go true distance. I would say 10 one way, 5 the other. And you can see it's going 10 this way, but only 5 this way. But let's make him equal. So it's 10 and 10 as it's supposed to be. And there is my shape. There's two different methods of doing chamfer, and we've used a fillet as well.